Welcome to a Shinsekai Yori review, specially requested by Kachi or Type Moon 96, whatever he wants to call himself now, since PSN changed names, whatever. So Shinsekai Yori, an anime I was like, yo, this fucking anime is trash, 5 episodes in. And then, after like months of not watching it, I came back to it, and only half of it was good. Half of it was really good. The second half became disappointment. It got quite disappointing, gotta say. But besides that, right, let's just get into the review, right? So there's no spoilers right now, none. I will talk about spoilers, after the thing. So animation, solid, solid animation. There are fucking scenes that have great animation. Like, there's some scenes where I was like, yo, that scene's sick because of how well it's animated. I was shocked at how well the animation was. Especially some scenes that didn't even need it. Like, they didn't even need great animation, but they still put it there, and it was really appreciated to see. So yeah, that was cool. So yeah, it's solid. It's not just good, it's solid. Right, and the art style is very unique, I'd say. Sometimes, like, usually sometimes the art's like, yo man, that's really original looking, and other times it's like, yeah, it's fine. it's fine, right? So the art, occasionally great, sometimes just whatever, And now we'll get into the story, what the fucking thing's about. Still no spoilers, don't worry, I'm just gonna tell you the premise. So, psychics, right? People with fucking telepathy and, all that other shit. ESP, or whatever you want to call it, right? They're here, they're at a school, and then the school's like, right, and the school's like, hey man, well no, that's not what happened, right? The kids go on a wee adventure, they find something that, they're not supposed to find. That something reveals to them a super dark secret, and then their lives change forever, and fucked up shit happens, and then that. And the first 4 or 5 episodes is the worst part of the anime. I'm gonna be straight honest, I hated the first 5 episodes of the anime. It was boring, it was hard to sit through, and even if it was like, oh man, look at all the lore and shit, it's like, I don't care. Like, you're not telling me in a good way, you're not telling me in an entertaining way, you're just like, that happened, this is what's happening, we'll explain that, explain this, explain that. So yeah, that's happened, right? But as the thing goes on, from, let's say, episode 6 to 13 maybe, right? Best part of the anime, easily. I think it's 6 to 13 anyway, right? I think. But it is great, and it was amazing. And then, it drops. It's still watchable, right? It's still watchable, but it drops in quality, right? In terms of storytelling. And that's all I could say, and there's opinions, like, if you, whatchamacallit, like, it dropped in quality for me anyway. I didn't really enjoy the last half, okay? And it's because there's something in it that's been overdone to fuck, but I'll get to that in the spoilers anyway. So, yeah, story or OST ending. The first ending song's great, second ending song's shite. I think there is some good music in there. I think there is. Like, I remember that there was times where I was like, oh, this music's really nice, you know? It's just that I've never really looked up the soundtrack, but I do think there was times where I was like, oh man, this music's nice. So yeah, I'd say it's got a good-ish soundtrack at least, you know? So, after talking all that, oh yeah, I need to talk about the characters as well, that's what I need to. You got your main girl. Main girl, that's it, she's just main girl. Got your main guy. That's it, main guy. Great. You got the side girl. She's fun. You know, she's the optimistic person and stuff. And then you got the other guy, which is like, I'm like the cool, well, no, it's not that, it's that he's just a really nice guy, and he's like a prodigy, that's what he is, he's a prodigy, right, and he's fine, you know. Then you got the other guy who's just nothing, absolute shit, and he's a plot point that I hate. But, besides that, yeah, so, that's that. Final review score 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Right, that's all I can get. I did think long and hard about it, I did. But at the end of the day, there was stuff that I just really didn't like in the anime, you know. But there's stuff that maybe people will like, maybe people will enjoy the stuff that I was like, I don't care, you know. I just don't care. So yeah, that's would I recommend it? Yes. And I think if you did watch it, you would get a different experience from me. Like, you may actually really love it. You might go, fucking 10 out of 10, masterpiece, fucking do. But for me, it was a 7 out of 10. So, yeah, I'd say, you know, you should try it at least. You know, it's hard to get into. Those first 5 episodes, for me specifically, they were terrible. I couldn't stand them. I think the 5th episode did bring interesting stuff though, right? It did, but because of how shite episode 1 to 4 was, I was just like, oh, I don't care. I fucking don't care. But aye. So that's what happens. Move on, right? So 7 out of 10, final score, yada yada yada. Right, let's go to spoilers then. So this is where I'm going to talk about, you know, the story in its entirety. So here's my problem with the story. The story goes from kids are like, yo, we learned some fucked up shit, and the school is making people disappear, and it's fucked up, and it's like, yo, man, what's happening? And they're erasing people's memories of the people that disappeared and shit. It's like, wow, that's dark. And then we go to the next bit. Fiends and fucking karma demons or whatever, which is basically, a fiend is like, yo, I'm a psychic guy, but I can kill whoever, because regular psychic people can't kill each other because there's a death barrier or whatever. So if you kill someone, you know, you'll die as well. That's what happens. So yeah, and a karma demon is like a person who is just having psychic powers spread everywhere, but it's not by their choosing. It's just, nah man, they're fucking everywhere. And here's the thing, right? I loved that arc, right? The Karma Demon arc, the first one, where it's the boy in the mask, you know, like, loved it. Because it starts off really gay. It starts off super gay, boys are fucking tongue kissing and stuff, and then girls are fucking, you know, just getting in there as well, they're tongue kissing each other, and you think it's a bit fucking weird, because it is, and it doesn't really make sense, but I guess, like, in that world, you know, fuck anybody, you know, because at the end they just fuck each other anyway. So yeah, I mean, what I mean by that is the gay and the gay girl fuck each other. That the gay boy and the gay girl fuck each other for some reason. Which you could say, but they're bisexual. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. Shut up. Right? That world's fucking dumb. But yeah, and as that arc went on, it was like, oh shit, it's building up. It's fucking sick. Got these cool cats, these fucking tainted cats, copycats, all that shit's fucking sick. And then it goes on and it's just really artsy, it's really nice, fucking cool and shit, and I was really enjoying it. And then next arc after it, quality drops. Why? Because useless character is like, no, they're gonna kill me, so I have to run away, and fucking, like, that's what happens. He runs away and they go find him and they're like, hey man, you gotta come back. And they're like, no, the fucking school education board's trying to kill me and shit. And the red hair lassie that's in love with the main character, with the main girl character I mean, because they're both lesbians, right? She's like, I'll stay with you forever. And it's like, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I don't remember any fucking scenes of them being super close. Like, oh man, you're the closest thing I had ever. Oh shit. Like, the decision to be, yeah, I will never abandon him ever and stuff. It's like, nah, doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, it just felt forced for the plot to go somewhere. And that's what it was. It was forced because the main characters go back and they're like, here, we want them back in the village, you have to spare them. And they're like, okay then. So they go and get them and they've already left. They ran away and did whatever, right? And then they leave, and then it's a I mean, there's multiple time skips in the story, right? And they leave, and it's like, okay, right, those two people have left, there's only two main characters left and shit. Great, right? That's what's happening. And then it just becomes a war, right? A war between whatever. Between fucking mole rat people and humans and shit, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Shite. It's actual shite. And the reason why it's shite, it's been done before, right? Like, there's ways to do it, right? But the way they did it was generic. It's basically iRobot, right? You know that movie with Will Smith? Where it's like, hey, we're robots and we've got fucking, you know, thing, right? And you can say that about Nier Automata as well, you know, but Nier Automata did it in a really interesting way, right? Where it was like, oh shit, well, it's not just about, oh, we're humans or what. No, it goes way deeper than that, to the core of what humanity was and shit. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. So it's like, yeah, these guys are tired of being slaves to humans, and they're like, no, we want our own freedom, fuck you. And they start killing humans. They make, like, this is the only thing that I can come up with, right? The two characters that disappeared, they were captured by the mole rat people and they were forced to fuck, and they made a baby, and that baby grew up and, you know, became their ultimate weapon. And that's the thing, right? That happens. At least that's what I think happened, because it's the only thing that makes sense, right? Two 14-year-olds banged each other and made a baby, right? Boggin. But, you know, they're mole rat people, so I guess they don't really care, you know, about age. I mean, are they pedophiles for doing that? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, they have a baby and comes fucking the messiah of their people and shit, and they're like, yay. And I guess like, that's the thing though. There's a big plot hole here, right? And that's the problem. It's a massive plot hole. Their bones like the actual people's bones that, you know, the people that went missing, the two people that went missing, they're found instantly, right? They dropped on the thing at the bottom of the canal and then they found them, and it's like, alright, they found them, great, and it's actually their DNA, it's actually their bones and shit. But that would mean there's a plot hole, because how was the baby born that quick? Like, what, did they just shag and then, yep, there we go, baby. Popped out straight away. I mean, granted, they did say, oh man, it'll take them a while to actually find their bones and shit, you know, from scout. But it's like, that's not what the anime really said. I mean, that's what it did say, but it never really showed that it took a while. It just showed, yeah, but that didn't shit. So yeah, in the last arc, point is, right, it's just more people rebelling against humankind because they don't want to be bitches anymore. So that's what happens, and it's the most generic fucking story. I'll tell you what made it extremely shitty. The last scene made it really shitty. The fact that, oh man, it turns out that they actually were humans all along. They had mole rat fucking DNA put in them and shit. Oh my god. And it's like, yeah, I predicted that. Or at least I predicted something like that anyway. Like, oh yeah, these guys have human DNA. You know, that was what my theory was. And guess what? It was fucking right. It was too predictable. Way too predictable. And like I said, third arc is dog shit. Dog shit. Last arc is serviceable but disappointing. And second arc is fucking masterpiece, I'd say, for me anyway. And in the first arc, boring but fine. Like, boring for me anyway, you know, because I didn't like it that much. But yeah, that's what happened in fucking Shinsekai Yori, right? It's a 7 out of 10 because it disappointed me after like bringing great stuff, right? And maybe, you know, maybe if you watch it, you'll love it. Maybe you'll be like, yo, masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, beat mummy. What? Exactly. Yeah, maybe there'll be something like that. You know, maybe you'll just fucking love it that much. But yeah, Shinsekai Yori, 7 out of 10. Final score. I'll see you on the next review, and Itachi, you better watch Trigun. See you then. Bye.